We have our Toyota Highlander 2007, 225,944. Maintenance light is on, and that means oil change time. So we're gonna take care of that. Stay tuned with Random Dave. Just wanted to make a quick note on my jack stands. 3-ton aluminum racing, Pittsburgh Automotive. Basically that's Harbor Freight. But one thing I want you to notice is if you look, there's no seam. Some of those cheaper jack stands have a welded seam on either side, like they're two halves slapped together. If you notice, this is a solid piece of aluminum. I find this to be a better quality product. Yeah, aluminum can be a little soft and so forth, but I tell you what, those seams will part on poorly designed jack stands. So if you can find some without seams, or they have, properly welded cross members, for that security. So keep your eye out for that. Don't buy those cheap jack stands. I'm just doing a little undercarriage work. Somebody went over a curb or something, completely tore out this has happened a few times. I've had to fix this. So this side is obviously so chowdered up that there's just nothing to hold. So what I did was I cut a little slice into this plastic guard so that I could fit a portion of it underneath, because this one has a little bit more integrity. And then I have one of these bolts I got from Toyota, comes with a washer on it, fits right in there. So I'm just going to fasten that up and hope for the best again. But this thing has seen better days. It gets beat up a lot, So anyway, we're gonna tighten that down, and then we're gonna get on with our oil change. There she is. Incidentally, it's 10 millimeter. Tighten that up. So as you notice, the carb's jacked up. Gonna undo our fill plug. I'm gonna pull out our dipstick. Just gonna let that there. Some people will actually put the plug, in the front of the vehicle here. That's kind of a reminder for them to replace it. So I like that idea. I'm gonna try that too. Alright, next thing, I let the car cool down. Next thing I'm going to do, I don't know if I can get this by hand. I might need a tool. That's the oil filter. It hides down underneath this shroud here for the exhaust manifold. So, can't really see it. I have to finagle that a bit. I got a tool, throw on there and work it loose. So we'll get back to that in just a second. I got two of these tools here. This one, it's 14 by 72. Actually, it says 14/72.5 JTC 4667. It's Auto Tools. I don't know, some generic brand. This is the one I use for my Camry. Motive Tools MX2320. This one does not fit on the 2007 Highlander, but it works a treat on the Camry. So this is the one we're going to put on there, get it rocking and rolling. We'll continue. Just a little close up. Got that removal tool on there and just working it off. And I'm letting that drain a bit down into the catch pan down below. Spin her off. Spin, spin, spin. Give it a spin. See if you can somehow factor in. Alright, that dumped a bit. And you just work it out. There we have it. It's on the end, the tool. Did the trick. And I drip a little bit. Well, we gotta have a rag. And I just chuck that in there and let it drain itself out a bit. And while that's dripping out a little bit, take the opportunity, show you what I got here. If I can get that to focus. It's a 90915-YZZD1 Toyota deal. You know, they're not too expensive. Make sure you peel off the plastic cover on there. And then I do use a fresh little gasket. If you can make that one out. That says 904. Oh, it's wearing off a little bit. 90430-12028. Oh, I got a couple left. So, yep, for the oil plug gasket right there. And as you all know, take a little bit of oil. How do I balance everything here? The lighting is just not good today. Little oil on my finger. Run that around. I use some of the old oil. This prevents the gasket from kind of crimping up on itself when you put it back into place. Some people fill this, but they on this car you don't pre-fill this because you have to turn it upside down and you're going to dump it all out again. So not going to bother with that. And we'll just drop that back in there. I was able to get actually a better grip. I just used, we'll call this an old rag. That used to be a piece of clothing. And so what I did was just get up in there and give it the old twist, the reach under twist. And I got a good half turn or so on there, so it's pretty good right now. I don't know if I'll cinch it up or not, but it feels good. Now we're going to get underneath. Okie doke. Got a 14 millimeter on my extendo. Just break that loose. I'm hoping my catch tray is close enough to catch the torrent. Okay, you get it finger loose there. And then give it a yank out. Got a little oil on me. Such is life. And it's going in the pan. So, good stuff. Draining away. Come drain away. Come. No, that's not it. And she's getting down to a trickle. Dick Trickle. Not a sponsor. But seriously, the old gasket, please remove those. Some people reuse them. This thing is pretty cheap, like $1 or something from Toyota. So yeah, I mean, for $1, why risk it? So I threw the new gasket on the drain plug, and then we'll just drop that in there. And I like to snug it up pretty good. I'm not actually sure what the torque is on this off the top of my head, but it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 25 or 20 to 30. I'd have to look that up, but give it a snug to compress that washer and should be GTG, good to go. Do a little cleanup here. That oil filter above does create a lot of drippage. Kind of take a once around, just checking the transmission pan. I don't know if that's in focus. Let's see if we can focus that. Yeah, just kind of looking for residues. You know, looks all right. We're back up top, as you can see. I did use my little oil filter tool and snug that up about a quarter turn. So we got that all wiped out in there, all the excess oil that kind of got all over the place. Clean that up pretty good. Now we're going to add our oil. This one takes 5 quarts. We're going to use Quaker State, not a sponsor, 5W30. It's the high mileage synthetic blend. Mixed feelings on synthetic blends. They're alright, I guess. They do the job, but you know, does it really matter if it's conventional or synthetic blend? You know, synthetics, yeah, I get that, but anyway, it's inexpensive. So in the spirit of measure twice, cut once, I just went underneath, made sure I did indeed have that drain plug on there, and that was secure. We got the oil filter secured pretty good, so we can do our little fill on camera. If you don't see this part, it means I spilled it all over the place and had to edit, right? All right, here we go. Yeah, it's gonna go this way if it goes. Guys can't even see that, can you? Stand and deliver. Have at her. All right, leave a little left in the jug. That went pretty well. We'll take it. Yeah, just shy. Definitely will need the rest. Texas tea, kind of, sort of. And yeah, low. There, I did. Dripped. Not using my melon. Yeah, call that good. I'll save this container if I need to put any fluids, old fluids, discard them in there. And we're back underneath. Incidentally, if you've seen my 5-drawer Harbor Freight tool cart thing, I mentioned I didn't have a 3/8 inch Capri ratchet, but I do. Stuck off to the side. Shows how much I use it, I guess, but it's nice. Anyway, let's just check. Dry as a bone. A little once over everywhere. Peekaboo. See a little bit of oil drippage from where that drained out when I got the oil filter off. Just give it a little cleanup. But all in all, pretty easy to work on. Don't know if you recall my videos from my video from the catalytic converter. That one is looking good. I replaced the first one, the front bank, last year, probably mid-year, maybe as late as September or something. So 2 new cats on this beast. Doing well. So anyway, we're looking good. Okay, so we don't forget, I'm going to close her up. Lock that down. 5W30, 5 quarts. Check our work. Swipe. And we'll take a look-see. Oh boy, that's perfect. Right on the notch. Right on the notch. So that'll settle in nicely. And we'll call that a done deal. All right, let's reset that maintenance light. Hold down the odometer reset or the trip reset button. Turn it into accessory, from accessory to on. There's a little countdown, and it reset itself. So my arm was in the way the whole time. Couldn't see a lot, but you can see that the maintenance light button is turned off. After that oil change, start her up. Let's take a step outside and take a look at her while she's running. Just give it a little once over. I put my light away. Let's just take a look at her, see if we see any dripping. Anything down below. Looks alright down there. Don't see any dripping from the oil filter. Take a look down here. Looking pretty good. Alright, just a little bit of a mess from when I changed the oil. Just a little speck here and there. But no drippage. Looks good. If anything comes up, I'll let you know. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me during that nice oil change. Pretty easy. I think all y'all can do it. Just look on YouTube for videos like this one, and they'll sort you out. So thanks again. Random Dave out.